Hi, my name is Jacquelin Smith, and I'm really excited to share with you a new book, Star Being in the Mirror, My Journey as a Hybrid. And in the book, I talk about my experiences in classes starting around the age of 3 with other children. I talk about my hybrid children and the messages that they communicated to me. Also, I had an experience of being on a mothership and talk about my encounters with other star beings and surgeries that were done on the ship as well. So I'd like to read an excerpt from the book. I call this section a pajama party with gray visitors. I had a craft that flew over my house, just to preface it with that, that came out a portal over the top of my house. And these beings actually came through a portal after this craft had flown over my house a number of days later. After the craft flew over my house, it opened many dimensions existing within and around my house. Even though on a daily basis, I was closing portals and grounding my house to earth. For example, a number of Zetas visited me during these 2 or 3 weeks. One day, I heard these beings ask, "Can we visit your house?" I laughed. Sure, why not? I laid out the welcome mat. They requested that I put out crystals, stones, and other objects. I felt like Santa Claus was coming. Around midnight, 30 or more 3 to 4 foot tall Zetas came through a portal over my house and entered my basement. My living room was existing in another dimension in 3D at the same time. Some of the Zetas were tall gray beings and others were shimmering white beings. These tall white Zeta hybrid masters that also were here appeared. They were like chaperones overseeing the cosmic party. They hung from the interdimensional rafters and played like children on the playground. Me too. I was comfortable and safe. They simply wanted to explore, learn, and have fun. These beings were curious about stones and crystals, computers, shells, and other objects in my home. They are drawn to natural materials since many of them are familiar with these things on their planets. Only love and joy radiated from them and me. I sensed that they wanted to reconnect with me as family since I had been a Zeta hybrid in a past life. The soul connection never dies. The Zeta beings and I enjoyed each other quasi-physically, which means they were partially etheric and partly physical. They asked if they could touch my skin and clothes. They don't wear clothing. And I gave permission. They were shy at first, but became comfortable quickly. I reached out and touched their fingers and skin. Their hands and my hands reached through the layers of dimensions so that we could actually feel each other's hands, arms, faces, shoulders, and backs. They also touched my hair. They don't have hair. 1 or 2 of them placed fingers by my eyes and on my lips, which I found endearing. Other Zetas were in my kitchen where I had left a number of objects. They were able to absorb and taste some food I had left out because they are quasi-physical. This isn't unusual for Zetas in other races. I was entertained by watching them play, and I embraced them with great love. They were entertained by me, as well. We were learning about each other in a wonderful exchange. After a while, we said our goodbyes and I love yous. They assembled and zipped through the portal in my basement. So that's one of my favorite excerpts from the book. And, you know, this book is for anyone who's interested in UFOs or has seen a UFO, who's an experiencer, or who would just like to learn more about this subject. And thank you so much.